Susie Banyan. I just got in from New York.
I don't know you. Go away.
But I have the letter you sent. Look, it's really raining hard. If you just let me in and I'll explain.
Go away. Go away.
Dario Argento helped create two of the most talked about horror films of the 1970s, both in the same 2-year period. 1978's Dawn of the Dead, where Argento, a frequent collaborator of George A. Romero, earned a producer's credit and helped score the movie, and his most famous horror movie, the often discussed 1977 supernatural horror film, Suspiria. An example of giallo.
She had discovered that the Tam Academy was founded in 1895 by a certain Helena Marcos, a Greek immigrant, and that the local people believed her to be a witch.
A style of Italian horror and murder film named after the yellow paperback pulp novels published by Mondadori, and coming to encompass a certain stylistic choice in cinema with slasher, thriller, psychological horror, or sexploitation elements, or in the case of Suspiria, supernatural elements. With excessive violence, vivid colors, and stylish visuals, Suspiria is one of the most easily recognizable examples of giallo.
Be now to count the steps as they go.
As the vivid colors throughout the entire film are incredibly memorable. It was a low-budget film like the cheap pulp novels of the style the film was named for. It cost just $4 million to make, starring Jessica Harper as the ballet student Susie Banyan, who moves to Freiburg, Germany to attend the prestigious Tanz Academy, a ballet school known as the best in Europe. But things quickly get very strange, as it becomes apparent that the Tanz Academy is a witch's coven. Argento saw Jessica Harper in Phantom of the Paradise, and she turned down a role in Annie Hall to do Suspiria. Also starring Stefania Cassini, Flavio Bossi, Miguel Bose, Barbara Magnolfi, and the former silent star Joan Bennett, who was also in Dark Shadows as Elizabeth Collins Stoddard. Argento and his partner Dario Nicolodi wrote Suspiria based on the 1985 essay collection Suspiria de Profundis. The second work from Thomas de Quincey, whose first collection was called Confessions of an English Opium Eater. Each essay had a theme relating to consciousness or memory. Suspiria as a film pulsates with a trippy, psychedelic oversaturation. The dialogue is weird and discordant, especially as the movie was clearly shot in Italian by the Italian actors and actresses, then dubbed over into English. Argento's early work was with Sergio Leone, whose westerns, including Once Upon a Time in the West, which Argento and Bernardo Bertolucci co-wrote with Leone, were always shot with actors speaking whatever language they spoke and then dubbing over it. It's a classic of the witch coven genre, and is known as one of the most unsettling and psychologically frightening movies of the era. It was shot on Technicolor, one of the last movies to be processed on the last Technicolor machine in Rome, using the same imbibition process as Wizard of Oz and Gone with the Wind.
Looking for Sarah? She's disappeared.
But that's impossible. I just talked to her last night.
She left this morning, as a matter of fact, without telling anyone. Just packed her bags and left. She was here leaving about 6.
And inspired by the colors in Snow White, which Argento tried to replicate. Argento and Nicolodi were also inspired by Pinocchio, Bluebeard, and Alice in Wonderland, hoping to create a fairy tale nightmare. The score was written by Goblin, the Italian progressive rock band, whose collaborations with Argento had been compared to Morricone's and Leone's, especially since they'd record and write the score before the film was even shot. It kicked off what Argento called the Three Mothers trilogy, a trilogy of films including Inferno and Mother of Tears. Each one is a different head witch at the center of it. Suspiria only made $47,000 at the box office initially, but became a huge hit in Italy and then has become increasingly popular with each VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray release in America and Europe. In 2018, the filmmaker Luca Guadagnino released a remake of the Argento Suspiria, 1 year after Call Me By Your Name was released, starring Dakota Johnson as Susie Banyan, Tilda Swinton, Mia Goth, Rainer Werner Fassbinder's one-time wife Ingrid Caven, Renette Soutendijk, and Chloe Grace Moretz, as well as Jessica Harper, among many in a large ensemble cast. Instead of the intense bright colors, Guadagnino went the opposite way, using muted autumn colors like red, brown, and gray.
When you dance the dance of another, you make yourself in the image of its creator. You empty yourself so that her work can live within you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You're in a company now. You have to find your right place. You have to decide. What is it you want to be for this company?
and with a script he co-wrote with David Kazanich that focused on the themes of motherhood, national guilt, and corruption. The remake was incredibly polarizing from the beginning, from the moment it arrived at Venice International Film Festival.
Who is it? Who's there? I've been expecting you. The American girl. I knew you'd come.